What is up? I am TJ. This is Uncommon, and so are you. Hey guys, welcome to the show. We're talking about being smart versus being wise. Hope everybody's doing well today. We're testing out a new microphone. So if you see this crazy thing here, you know it's all about trying to upgrade our equipment. So we are looking to have a better overall sound to this. So if you are in the comments or in the live show today, leave a comment in there. Let us know how we sounded on your end. So I hope everybody is doing well. I think that we're getting back into our normal routine this week. Last week, if you saw the live episode, we were focusing on what has been transpiring in our current events. This week, we are back at the normal format. So if you're new to this, each week we do a husband, dad, and leader topic. We also do a miscellaneous on those random weeks. This week, we're focusing a little bit on husbands. Even though the topic is being smart versus being wise, it's around husbands. So before we get going, we just wanted to give a little shout out to one of our partners at Armored Coffee. Randy is a great friend. We get a chance to speak every once in a while by phone. Had a great conversation this week. And so he is going to be sending us some more coffee. And I recommend you go to his website to see some of the other blends that he has done. He's done one for Uncommon called Uncommon Grounds. Great name, by the way. But also he does a lot of blends for nonprofits to help fundraise for them. So if you get a chance to go check it out, it's armoredcoffee.com. The reason why I mentioned that is because that dovetails into our giveaway. Now, if you are new to this week, you're almost right in the middle of our giveaway. We're giving away a full-on buffalo leather duffel bag from Buffalo Jackson. They were kind enough to give us a duffel bag to simply give away. It wasn't an auction off. It wasn't a raffle, so to speak, where you bought tickets to. It is simply a giveaway. And so there are 7 ways to enter the giveaway. I will put the link in the comment section here, but it ends on Father's Day, midnight on Father's Day, which is the 21st of June. And so we have about 10 days from now before the end of the giveaway. And so if you look at that link, you'll see that each way to give has its own value. And they range from following us on YouTube, following us on Facebook or Instagram. Watching a YouTube video is a great thing because you can do those multiple times and add up those entries. Buying a membership is worth, I think, 5 entries. So be sure to check out that duffel bag. If we were not planning on giving it away, I would have 100% kept that for myself. It is gorgeous. It is a $350 bag on their website. So some lucky person is going to win that. We will handle the shipping. There's no cost to you whatsoever. You'll just get blessed with a fantastic bag. I hope someone enjoys that. Membership. That is a great way to take part in the giveaway. Our membership program is $25 per year, and it is chock full of content, giveaways, discounts, gear, exclusive content that if you're not a member, you don't get a chance to purchase or get access to. If you are a member, if you know, then you know. Put it that way. So I'll put a link to our membership in the comment here as well. And then that way you'll have everything you need to take part in that contest. So We're going to announce the winner at the Uncommon Live on June 25th. So it ends on the 21st. We're going to go through and verify all the entries and then announce the winner on that particular Uncommon Live. So be sure to find out if you have won. So enough with the housekeeping. We're talking about would you rather be smart or be wise? Because there is a difference. There is a difference. And so we asked our group of guys again this week, and we even put a poll up on social media. And overwhelmingly, people wanted to be wise compared to being smart. So just as a little sample, we had 30 votes for being wise, only 2 for being smart. I'm assuming that some people think that that's the same or both could be done at the same time. And you're probably right. I think that if you're just if you're just smart, you may not have wisdom. And so I think it would be fantastic to have both of these. But it seems that everybody, including myself, would rather have wisdom rather than just being smart. And so since everybody chose wisdom, here's the hook. How often do you pray for wisdom? Now, we're going to focus a little bit on King Solomon because of his prayer for wisdom. But I don't know about you, but daily, I pray for wisdom daily. It is the one thing other than my family and thanking God for my salvation in Christ Jesus that I pray for. It is wisdom. The only thing I do know is how much I don't know. And so I need as much help as possible. So my question is, now that we established that everybody wants to be wise, are you praying for that? So that is the call, right? So we have some things around being smart versus being wise. And we just want to kind of show you the differences so that maybe you'll know, because you may think these things are interchangeable and they may not always be. So these are some quotes. I removed the person's name because it's kind of irrelevant who said this. Most of the time, Benjamin Franklin or Abraham Lincoln says everything. So, but we did some research, found these quotes here. So it says, one says, it's easier for a wise person to gain knowledge than for a smart person to gain judgment. The obvious difference is that being smart is a process of learning, while being wise is a product of experience. Another one says, wisdom is the right use of knowledge. To know is not to be wise. Many men know a great deal and are all the greater fools for it. There is no fool so great as a fool. Hold on a second. There is no fool so great a fool as a knowing fool. It's kind of a strange quote. But to know how to use knowledge is to have wisdom. Some of these kind of work too hard, right? We try to get some that are very clear. Some of these got a little wordy. The difference between a wise and a foolish man is this. The wise man sees much, thinks much, and speaks little. But the fool speaks more than he either sees or thinks. So those are the complicated ones. Once I got to those part right there, I'm like, okay, let's dumb this down to TJ's, range. So it says, an intelligent man believes only half of what he hears. A wise man knows which half. And the last one that it resonated with me was, knowledge is knowing what to say, and wisdom is knowing when to say it. That's my kind of quote, right? Something easy peasy for TJ. So I'm gonna say that one again. Knowledge is knowing what to say. Wisdom is knowing when to say it. And boy, we are in a culture in need of wisdom. right? Because everybody right now is a civil rights expert. Last week, we were all medical experts with COVID-19. I'm sure down the road, we're probably going to be zombie experts or alien experts because at the rate 2020 is going, that's all we're missing these days. But we need wisdom. So let's focus a little bit on some godly wisdom, right? Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, and fools despise wisdom and instruction. Proverbs 19:20. Listen to advice and accept instruction that you may gain wisdom in the future. This right here, it reminded me of be careful who you're listening to for advice. Who's giving you advice? If you are seeking advice only at the altar of CNN or Fox News, you may want to change who you're getting your advice from. That is earthly input, and you want some eternal input. James 1:5. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given to him. That's why I ask for wisdom daily. He says, if I ask for it, I will get it. And I need truckloads of it. The last one from James, James 3:17. But the wisdom from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, open to reason, full of mercy and good fruits, impartial and sincere. Wow, that does not sound like wisdom that is in our culture today. So I wanted to start with that, start with scripture when it talks about wisdom and compare those to like my own understanding, like my own wisdom versus godly wisdom. So my own wisdom, I would say, if I'm not familiar with a topic, I may not give it its proper importance in my life. I kind of blow it off. I'll come back to it later. Yeah, I'll save it in my bookmarks. Or I'll put that on my to-read list or to-do list kind of thing. Never truly getting back to it if I do not put it in a proper placement and give it its importance. I tend to gravitate toward like-minded earthly resources to learn from and to reaffirm my own beliefs, right? So if I believe that the sky is orange, or let's take one that's a crazy one online, that the earth is flat. You can find probably 10,000 websites talking about the earth is flat, right? And if all you go to are those websites, boy, you leave there saying, see, I told you the earth is flat, man. Frank knows what he's talking about. He even has a picture, he has a drawing of the earth being flat. Oh man, that's 100% true. So if you gravitate toward like-minded earthly resources, all you're going to do is reaffirm your own belief. And if you are believing incorrectly, therein lies the danger. If I pass everything through my filter of understanding, what I do is I tend to skew the results. So if I think I understand that the earth is flat, everything I tell you is going to be skewed toward that perspective, right? Every fact that I give you, every reason that I believe that way is going to be skewed toward that because I passed it through my filter. And if I learn something that I don't agree with, I may just try to undermine it. I just make fun of it or I ignore it. And so this is the danger of my own wisdom, relying upon my own wisdom. I tend to be gullible, right? As a society, we tend to be gullible and believe whatever we see online. Oh my goodness. If I had a soapbox, I would get it out right about now and talk to all the gullible people who believe all the social memes that they see online, not knowing that you can make a meme within about 15 seconds. They're meme generators. specifically designed to post on social media, and you can put anything you want on there. So if you wanted to take a person, I don't know, a public figure, whether it be a celebrity, politician, whatever, and make them say, this person said the earth was flat, and they posted it online, someone, I'll use old Southern charm here, bless their heart, believes that and then shares it as if it's true. So when I pass wisdom through my own filter, I tend to be gullible and I believe whatever is put in front of me. So let's look at godly wisdom. So God knows all and has given us experiences to learn from. You and I have both gone through something different, unique. Learn from those. Learn from those, and that is going to lead to wisdom. You do not need to be burned twice by a stove to learn it is wise not to touch it the second time. If I pass everything through God's filter, right? Last time we were passing it through TJ's filter or your own filter. If I pass everything through God's filter of wisdom, then I glorify him with my own thoughts, words, and actions. And if I'm busy doing that, then TJ can't be a knucklehead by relying upon his own wisdom and saying, man, the earth is flat, and I'm going to tell you why I know this. I just drew a picture of it, and that's why I know. I saw this meme on social media, so it's got to be true. The next one. God knows everything, and when I trust him, I can step out of my comfort zone, and that's important. We grow up thinking a certain way. We're taught by our parents, people around us, our society. We think a certain way, and we think, man, that's just correct. And then you start to learn things through life experiences, or you mature, you read God's word and start to learn things that maybe you were thinking differently about 5 years ago, 5 weeks ago, 5 days ago. And godly wisdom does not change with the times of our culture. Everybody might think, oh man, the Bible has to be updated to, a 3.0 version, right? To be in tune with what's happening now. It's so out of date. Loving my neighbor is still a commandment, no matter what is going on in the world today. Godly wisdom versus our own wisdom, because you can have book smarts and not have wisdom. And I'm sure you can be wise and maybe not spend a lot of time learning facts, but maybe a combination of those two would be a good thing. God gave you a brain to learn, to get smart, but you can see that wisdom has a benefit that far exceeds simple book knowledge. You have a person who reads a lot of books, learns a lot of things, and then does not pay attention and walks out into traffic. I think a wise person would say, I don't want to take a walk out there. This car is coming. So obviously that's a rudimentary example, but you can see that there are differences between these two. And sometimes we tie them to our self-esteem. I have a person I know that they want to be the smartest person in any room they're in. And it's strange because obviously we don't have time to learn everything about everything, right? And so anybody that comes across as learning or knows everything about everything just comes across as a fool, because it shows that you have a self-esteem issue and a little bit of insecurity, and you're trying to make everybody like you and put you on this pedestal. And so I think it's a slippery slope when we tie ourselves to our intellect and like, oh, measure your intelligence, your IQ, and brag about that number right on the heels of what color potato are you, right? So it doesn't go together sometimes. And so I wanted to just draw attention to the differences of being smart and being wise, and how that pertains to husbands is that we can be wise counsel for our wives, just like she could be wise counsel for us. because you're relying upon each other's experiences to help maybe encourage and support, communicate. You may then go read about, okay, I want to learn about growing tomatoes. And so you both go learn about gardening together. But I think it's important to have wisdom because that's what you both can draw from and support each other. Anybody can learn facts about something, but wisdom has an experience part to it that I think is good for the soul. And as James says, it's first pure, then peaceable, gentle, open to reason, full of mercy and good fruits, impartial and sincere. And I think that sometimes when we're stuck on trying to be smart, out comes the list of facts. Fact number one, the earth is flat. Fact number two, see fact number one. So you could see that I think wisdom is the better way to go. So that when Solomon prayed, he asked for wisdom or understanding to govern God's people. And so by doing that, God said, because he was so pleased with that, he granted him all else, riches and long life kind of thing. So I think as a husband, we would do well to become wise for the glory of God by reading his word, and also for our own benefit, for our wife's benefit. I think that would definitely help communication in our marriages. Wisdom, always praying for wisdom. And so we did a little bit of research on our own website to find some information around like our articles. And so I have 3 for you here, and I'll copy and paste into the comment section. One is called Been There, Done That, So Share. One is called Learning from Experience, Fatherly Wisdom. Even though it's around fathers, it's still good wisdom content. And then Made for Work in the Garden, a Calling. So I'm going to drop these into our comment section one at a time because YouTube does not like too many characters in the old comment, right? 200 characters, that's what they want. That's what they're going to get. All right, number 2 here going up, and then number 3. So that is our articles around wisdom. And we have 3 for devotions. One is called A Man for All Seasons. One is called More Than Conquerors. And the last one is a Christmas slant called Wise Men Still Seek Him. So even though that is a Christmas one, and it's like probably 90 degrees where you are right now with 1,000% humidity, enjoy that Christmas slant to Wise Men Still Seek Him. And so I hope that some of this content resonates with you. It did with me, looking at the differences of being smart versus being wise. I can learn a bunch of things that may not give me wisdom. And so I think it's important to approach this topic well, and not just for you, but also for the glory of God, because I think as you conduct yourselves, as I conduct myself, we reflect Christ. And so I think being wise is a great platform to reflect Christ from. So I hope this helps this week. We have been getting some great just feedback from people. I was speaking to a person who is the men's minister of a church in Atlanta yesterday. And the church is very large. And he started off saying, so I've done every one of your devotions. He said, I just love them. They're fantastic. I share them with our men in our groups. And so there are times when we have like 150 guys virtually doing your devotions at one time. And I was like, are you sure you're talking about Uncommon? Us, you got the right organization, because that's a lot of praise for this little team of people. And so it was a blessing to hear that anything we do is bringing some peace or wisdom, some comfort to people, and we hope to continue that with the days ahead. We have some great things coming up. I think June 15th, if you are a member, hang on, we got something for you coming up June 15th. And then right around the corner, obviously, is the giveaway on June 21st. And then obviously, again, on July 1st, we're dropping a new devotion out there with probably a new Uncommon original. We got tons of things happening, and we're always working to get better at what we do for your benefit, for God's glory. And so I hope this one is just another way for you to partake in being uncommon. So if we've ever been a blessing to you, let us know at tj@uncommon.org. Shoot me an email. If you have a need for a prayer request, I'm going to give you, we just updated our membership page. And the only reason I say that is because we did these with a bunch of videos to describe some of the benefits of the membership package, because I didn't quite think that everybody was understanding all the benefits of the membership. And one of them is our prayer wall. That's just one of like about 9 or 10 functions that you get or features you get with our membership, the prayer wall. So we get prayer requests frequently, just about every other day from people. But this is a prayer wall. Go to that page, view that video. Most of the videos are under a minute, sometimes even 30 seconds. Just a little synopsis of each individual feature. The prayer wall is a great thing. I hope guys get involved with. And so, again, if you ever have been blessed by Uncommon, anything we've done, let us know. And then also pray about becoming a member of Uncommon. It's a great way to support the ministry, as well as you get a ton of features. You can sign up for our newsletter, and this dovetails into our giveaway. So now's the time that if you were going to do a membership or follow us on something or watch YouTube videos or whatever, now's the time to do it, because it's going to count for that sweet, sweet Buffalo Jackson duffel bag. Holy cow. As you can see, it's very exciting. So you can follow us on social media. Obviously, it is on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And so you can be sure to like, comment, share to your heart's content. We've had a lot of good back and forth with people recently with our simple questions. I think today's question on social is, what music are you listening to? One guy said Gavi was one he was listening to, the new album called Heathen. Fantastic. I've been listening to some KB as well. And so if you don't know, then you need to go know. You know what I'm saying? Check out Reach Records. They are fantastic, and some of the artists they have. And so go on our website, or our social media rather, and share what you're listening to during these at-home days. So I hope you guys are doing well, staying safe with COVID-19, and also re-examining your hearts and praying for wisdom during these times of our cultural unrest. So I hope you guys are doing well, and I'm always praying for you. Since you're going to be something, guys, be uncommon.